Hello.
Hello. Oh, Boof.
Hello. It's
Oh
me.
my. You are gorgeous.
I am feeling very positive about many things.
The COVID's getting to her.
Holy shit. I mean, I was texting, it was Boba and O's, and I was off the fucking rails, and nobody could rein me in at that point. I was gone.
COVID does things to you, man. It sends you on a little journey.
We're talking about a very special little journey today. Welcome to YOMP, by the way. Oh, we should have done the YOMPer thing.
Oh God, it's just
not the same at the moment. It will be, but
yeah.
Hello.
We will be back in like 2/3 glory. We will start recording again, but we are back. A member down, but we are back. Me and Boof.
Welcome to YOMPer.
YOMP. Maybe we should get like a soundbite.
Oh, we definitely need that.
Yeah, of like Simon doing it, and then just put that in the intro.
I think we should actually do that, and then say, "Oh, it's broken, Simon. You need to come and do it live."
Can you just hop in here real quick and
just hop in here real quick and just Simon is the MP.
He is.
We
missed him.
We do. We are a movie discussion podcast. And that's about it, really. Like, we talk about a lot of shit, but
yeah, we do talk a lot of but we're a little bit out of practice because it's been a while since we've recorded an episode.
Yeah, it's been a while since I've been upright as well, because I am a slag.
And Viv isn't feeling 100% today, but she has sort of pulled herself together to do this today. So thank you, Boof, for showing up.
When I press the sound bites, Fizzgig, for listeners, we're doing this as a live episode on the Yogscast channel, and G-Star's got her very fragrant scratch and sniff camera, and I've got a PNG tuber of Fizzgig, and when I press so basically when I make noise, Fizzgig opens his little gob. And also, if I press any buttons, such as that applause, he will open his mouth. So what about...
You're wrong, and you're a grotesquely ugly freak.
Oh, it didn't quite work.
Oh, no, it's working.
Oh, did it work?
Yeah. Ooh, brother. Ooh.
What's that?
Wait, is my audio out of sync?
What's that, brother?
For the people watching. Oh, okay. Somebody in the chat was saying, "Oh,
she's Australian. There's a big gap in between."
Oh, there is. There's a bit of a. Oh, okay. Well, that's unfortunate because I'm recording the audio on my end, so I don't think I can do my usual.
Don't record your end's audio. That's disgusting.
I know. The XLR cable's right up there, mate.
I repeat, brother.
Anyway, we are gathered here today to talk about the Dark Crystal. This is an interesting one. I've never seen it before. So
and it was one that I was planning to introduce you to at some point because it's one of my favorite movies.
Is it?
Yes. I'm sitting here, I'm looking at the Dark Crystal poster on the back of my door in my studio. I'm looking at my VHS tape. I've got 2 Dark Crystal jumpers, and I do have a Fizzgig handbag. It's not a very good one, but I got it.
Okay. Well, first of all, you're going to have to send me pictures of all of these things because...
I will.
Good Lord, I need to see every single item what you
I've
just
also got
described.
some crystals that look like the dark crystal. They're some kind of like fucking, I think they're called unicorn quartz or something.
Unicorn quartz. Uniquartz.
Unicorns. They're beautiful. But I'm so glad we put this to a vote on the Patreon. Said, hey, could you suggest us some films? And they oh boy, did they suggest. They suggested The Pink Panther, 2006. The Dark Crystal. E.T. and Swiss Army Man, which is one that I do need to watch.
Yeah. Is the Pink Panther one, is that the one with Steve Martin?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. That's fine. We're gonna go quiet. We can say whatever we want. TJ. He's dead, thinky. I can't believe it. So then I put it on the Reddit, the subreddit. I said, hey, which of these do you guys want to listen to us yap on about? And people voted in force for the Dark Crystal, and I'm so glad because
it was, yeah, people were really, they wanted it. They really wanted it. They were excited for it. And I was like excited to see that people really wanted it because I've been meaning to watch it for quite some time. So it was a good opportunity. And that's why I love YOMP so much because, you know, it's movies that you want to get around to watching, you know, and you haven't for whatever reason. So it's nice.
It's great. But I don't know why Beth's calling us sluts in the chat. Thank you, Beth. Like I said, this is one of my favorite movies, and in part because people keep saying I look like a gelfling.
Oh my god, you do! And I was thinking that last night. And I'm pretty sure years ago I called you a gelfling.
I'm pretty sure you did. And people keep calling me a gelfling. And in my notes, though, I'm gonna see if I can get it. This is the fever brain. I'm telling you,
the fever brain.
The mystics show up at the beginning, and I was like, "It's G-Star."
The mystics. Wait, who are the mystics?
Let's see if chat knows what I'm on about as well.
You slag. What are you calling me? You know what they remind me of?
Look at their hair. They've got the same hair.
Yeah, okay.
Crouched over stance, the hunched gamer back.
True, that's what I look like after hours of gaming. Okay, in my gamer chair.
Yeah. Did you like the mystics? When he was dying, he didn't lay on a bed. He just laid on like a fucking plinth.
Yeah. He was laying on like some sort of weird like massage table.
Yes.
A tree stump type thing, and I'm like, okay, weird, but we'll go with it. We'll go with it.
We could give a quick synopsis for the people at home, if they haven't watched The Dark Crystal, though they should. It's basically there's a crystal, and 1,000 years ago.
Spoilers.
Oh no, it's big spoilers. 1,000 years ago, it got a crack in it, and two races appeared, the very evil Skeksis and the very nice Uru mystics. And the Skeksis wiped out all the Gelflings. Except for one or two. Well, we know it's two now, but like little Jen. And Jen is supposed to fulfill the prophecy and stop the Skeksis from ruling forever and ever. So, yeah.
I have a problem with Jen, which we'll get to.
I have so many problems with Jen.
I feel like the woman with Kara, she carried. She carried hard, okay? So
amazing.
I don't know what the hell is like, oh, he's the chosen one. Is he though?
He didn't do shit, man.
No! He did. If it wasn't for Kara, they'd be screwed.
Oh yeah, like I think that the prophecy says, "Oh, a Gelfling will destroy you." What about 2 Gelflings?
True.
Because
Very true.
basically, what the Emperor of the Skeksis is dying, but also so is the wisest mystic. And we're like, "Oh no!" And he's like, "Jen, you gotta go to Orgra and find the shard." And then he just pops his clogs. He kicks the bucket before giving him any useful information. He's like, "What the fuck is an Orgra?" You don't even know, man.
No, they say a lot of things and you're just like, okay. I don't really know what any of this means.
He did leave it to the last minute. He was like, "Oh fuck, I'm dying." And that I was watching an Instagram reel earlier, or was it a TikTok? I don't know. But it was basically the most disappointing last words. So one of them was, "I've got to tell you, almonds are part of the peach family." Vietnam has the biggest lake system. It's like that is so me. And we were saying that my mum her last words would be, "Oh, is Rambo in?"
Oh, Rambo. We love Rambo.
It's so immersive with my sick voice. Rest in peace.
In the beginning, because I think it started off with like looking at the desolate land and the place where the crystal is, and but when it went over to Jen and his master, whatever, was dying, it reminded me of Luke and Yoda not for some reason, but he was like, on his deathbed and he's like telling him all this stuff and all the stuff he has to do. And I'm like, damn, this is like Star Wars.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's like, because Frank Oz, who voiced Orgra, did Yoda's voice as well. And
Stop!
Grover.
Did he?
From Sesame Street. Yes, yeah.
Oh my god! Because I was looking at the
Well, he puppeteered him, but I mean, it's very based on Frank Oz's voice. It was the lady.
Wow. Because when I was looking at the IMDb, cast of actors and whatnot, their pictures on IMDb are the characters that they played in the Star Wars franchise, and they are the funniest pictures.
Are they? Oh my god.
Yeah, they're good. You should have a look.
I will. IMDb. I'm sitting here googling.
Todd googling.
Oh no, Google Todd. I forgot what I was googling.
Oh yeah, so Mike Quinn and Tim Rose.
Mike Quinn
and Tim Rose. They look so funny, dude.
Dark Crystal. There's Jim Henson. Yeah. There's Steve Whitmore, who also does Shaggy. Find me. Oh my god, Mike Quinn. Oh, Tim. I knew I recognized Tim Rose. He played the treasurer and Admiral Akbar.
Admiral Akbar, that's right.
Badass. He's so cool. Maiden name Hunt. So Jen has to go see Orgra, and you get Jen's inner monologue quite a lot of the time, going, "What the fuck who are these guys? What the hell?" He's just really confused by everything.
What the hell?
But like, Skeksis somehow know that he's on the move, and they send the Garthim, which are basically big lobsters. Like,
I called them Mirelurks. They look like Mirelurks to me.
They do. They're very Mirelurky. And they were made that way because Brian Froud, who did the design, he just really liked lobsters.
Based.
Like, that's one of the facts. He loved lobsters, and he was like, "I'm gonna do that." So he did. So the Garthim keep turning up to fuck shit up. They basically kidnap everybody except the right people.
Yeah. They're very incompetent.
Yeah. But I mean, they are lobster brains. I just think they're neat.
I think they're neat, but they're also really dumb. And you can tell that it's like a dude in a costume. Like if you look closely, it's a dude in a costume like doing really long like strides as well. It just looks really funny, but it's really good and convincing. It's a convincing crab walk.
I think a lot of this I just see people in them. And that's just the way it's always going to be with Muppets and puppets. I'm like, yep, that's a man.
For a long time, when I was watching the movie, I wasn't sure how much of the movie it was people and how much of it was the actual puppets. Because there are some scenes where it's not puppets, right? There's like somebody moving. Like when it's... Or is it actually all puppets?
The only bits where it's a person is when it's Jen and Kira running around on some rocks and shit.
Yeah.
Like the long shots of them. Which is really neat. And also another beginning bit where he gets sent off to go find Aughra. And he's on the waterfalls and on the hillside. That was filmed in Yorkshire.
I saw that in the IMDb. It was.
I've had a Dark Crystal video in the works for years, and I was gonna go to that waterfall to film it, but also I couldn't be asked. So, it's fine. I'll go someday.
Is it far?
Not really. Like, I mean, it's Yorkshire. It's just one county over, isn't it?
Yeah, I saw it was filmed in Harrogate and Harrogate and North Yorkshire, and I was like, oh, that's pretty cool.
It's very cool because it's so mystical. Is Yorkshire? They didn't even have to change any of the vegetation. It's all just weird shit running around.
I really like a lot of the set stuff because it looks and feels like a set, but at the same time, it doesn't. Like,
I get super immersed in that.
Yeah. Like, you can tell that it is, but they do... I think a lot of the props and the scenery and everything was, like, very well crafted, so it blended really well, and it didn't look tacky or, like, cheap or anything like that.
It's why it's one of my favourite films, because it's so beautifully done. And
it is.
I am just this nature-loving little hippie who wants to run around in this magical world of Thra and dick about with a fizz gig and a pod people. What are they called? Podlings, not pod people.
I called them poglings.
Poglings, pogchamps.
Poglings, little poglings. I called because I was like struggling to remember a bunch of their names. The gelflings, I called them gilflings.
Yeah, Granite like to fucklings.
Yeah, exactly. And then podlings, I called them poglings. The pigeon
Mirelurks.
Oh, the Mirelurks, the pigeons. I just
Skeksis pigeons.
Yeah. So I think I was between chickens and pigeons for them because I couldn't keep up. And then there was that random crazy woman. The one that he like stumbles upon as well. Don't remember her name, but could see her nipples.
The random crazy woman. What you mean? You mean Aughra?
Yes.
The one with the big ass and the big tits and the orrery. Yeah. She fucking
the orrery. That's right. Yeah.
The dump truck on her. Yeah, that's Aughra.
Okay.
And she's been kicking around for thousands of years on that planet. So, and she looks like it, but she was wearing a nice evening dress when he ran into her. She was.
I really resonate with the way that she, like, anytime she crouches, she makes this, like, ungodly, I've been around for too long noise. And that is the same noise that I make whenever I crouch down.
You also have a big ass and big tits. And you like to wear an evening dress. I'm just comparing G to everything horrible in this film, aren't I?
Well, Yeah, the tits were quite interesting because at one point I'm like, wait a minute, I can see her nipples. Like, what is going on?
Brian Froud was like, I'm gonna give her the biggest bazonkas I've ever drawn. I'm gonna fucking do it.
Oh my god, she was quite the character.
She's brilliant.
Crazy.
She was just like, you're too late. You're too fucking. She was pissed off at everyone and everything.
Yeah.
Smells like Gelfling. Looks like Gelfling. Maybe he is Gelfling. Can't believe it's not Gelfling.
Oh man.
But Jen had to go see her to get the crystal shard that he didn't know what to do with.
Yeah.
And I was like, why can't you take all of them and just keep trying? You know?
Yeah.
He was like, which one do I fucking take? And she's just like pissing around in the background.
Yeah.
And she tells him about the great conjunction when three suns meet in the sky. Which is nice. And that's basically he's got to go fix everything before that time, which is like he did leave it so late, did the Mystic. Like
I don't know.
You've got an hour to get there and fix the world.
He kind of waited until, you know, the conjunction, and as he was dying, I'm like, why did you wait so long? Why, like he's got a lot to do.
Guess he just forgot. He just forgot. He was just happy, didn't he?
I mean, they were, you know, doing their little sand art at the beginning, and they were just vibing, and I quite like in the beginning when the guy, the emperor dies, and
I love that bit.
It's great because it just reminds me of like how, or at least if we're going by Angels and Demons, the Da Vinci Code, how they replaced the Pope, where they were like, oh, we must vote for who's going to be the next emperor. We must vote, and they're all like, you know, fighting and arguing, and then they decide that they want to do it. Was it trial by stone?
Yeah, they just like hit a stone until it breaks.
Well, I was really confused because they took the swords out and then they hit each other's swords. That's not a innuendo or anything.
Sword fight,
cockfight, and then they smash the stone. I'm like, oh, I get it. Trial by stone. It clicked in the end.
It clicked, and I did write down that the dying emperor sounds like me right now. Looks like B2 in brackets crumbly.
Crumbly.
But at least when they die, there's no cleanup because everyone just disappears when they die. They just leave the cape, and I'm like, shit, that's so cool.
That's how I want to go out, just in the ether, you know, just
crumble up,
crumble away. I did notice that whenever anyone died, they just sort of leave their clothes behind.
You can die if you want to. You can leave your clothes behind. So the general won that, and the Chamberlain was banished because they took his clothes off and they realised that he was all fucking lumpy under there. So like, you get out of here.
Oh my god! When they were was it Chamberlain or something?
Yeah,
I think his name was
the whingy Chamberlain. They were like, stop your whimpering, and he's like, and I'm like, he's just stimming. Just let him have his vocal stims.
Well, they were like grazing him, like they were in some sort of fraternity.
Yeah.
And they were like really, you know, and then they like took all his clothes, and I was like, oh my god, these guys are assholes. And then they banished him? I mean, I don't even know if they did, but he just sort of like...
They told him to fuck off, yeah. And then the Crystal's burglar alarm started going off. And that's when they were like, oh, there's Jen. Jen's out there. I like the way that there was a line that I giggled at. Not because I was watching the whole film through an Instagram filter. Because
Stop. You the whole time?
No, not the whole time, but for a fair bit in the middle. I was seeing which is the stupidest Instagram filter you could put over a Jen and Kira. It turned out it's the one where they was going.
I thought that was Booth making. She sent me the video, and I thought that was her making that noise. The entire And then there was like
Ordinarily,
one.
it would be, but I'm too sick to do it.
She's too sick. But as you just did it, you sound exactly like
I
the
do.
filter.
So Augra says, where is he then? And Jen's like, oh, the mystic died. And he's like, could be anywhere then. I'm like, yes, got it. Yeah. And I was like, I wrote down, she is old.
You know what she reminds me of? Maybe you might remember, maybe you won't, but this thing gave me nightmares as a kid. So there was like a goopy, purple, horrible monster from Goosebumps.
Yes. I
And that
remember
thing
the
gave
monster.
He gave me nightmares for years. Years. I don't know why.
Yes.
I would just go months and months and remember him, and yeah, he really stayed in my memory. But she looks like, yeah, like the fun aunt of that horrible little monster in Goosebumps.
The fun aunt.
The
She's
fun,
definitely
crazy.
The fun, crazy aunt.
She is.
So Augra, I wrote down, what the fuck? And Augra explodes, but Jen escapes, and the Chamberlain is here. Oh, wait. What? Yeah, no. Okay. The Garthim broke some stuff. The Chamberlain's just kicking around, following him around, right? And then, what the fuck have I written down? This is...
Oh no.
What
Trying
was
to decipher her notes while sick.
And also through an Instagram filter. You know, this is... Anyway, the Garthim have kidnapped Augra instead because they're stupid, right? But he meets Kira, Donnie, Jen, and I wrote down they dreamcast because it's called Dreamfast, but also autocorrect says they played Dreamcast.
I mean, yeah, like Chromecast, but Dreamcast. So.
And it's a really good way to learn exposition, because they're just going, I remember when my family died, and I remember when the podlings took me in, and then Jen laughs and says, haha, I'm having a bath.
Well, at the beginning, he was like naked beside like a little pond or lake or something. Like, what the? Is this necessary? Why am I? It was
like,
such a weird little.
I was talking to my friend because it was a few days before we even chose to watch it, and I said, "Oh, is that the one? Do you remember where he gets he's naked right at the beginning?" And he's like, "What the fuck film did you watch?" I'm like, "No, I swear." So it's one of the most memorable bits of the film, is where Jen is a naked puppet.
Yeah,
10 out of 10.
Literally a naked puppet. Also, how old? Like, what? Because they're like the last two. Do we ever know like how old they are, or like how old they get to be, or?
I don't know.
Like, you know what I mean?
Like, how old they particularly are? But I did watch the Netflix series.
I was gonna ask you about that to see like what you thought.
Yes, I really enjoyed it, and that's why Netflix cancelled it.
Oh,
because anything I enjoy, I write in. I say, "Dear John Netflix, I really enjoyed your series on the Dark Crystal. Please make more of it." And then you cut to John Netflix, and he's shredding my letter and going, "Take a restraining order out of this bitch."
Yeah, because it was like was it a couple years ago? Time is a blur.
2019.
Oh my god, a couple years ago. Okay.
Yeah, it was a couple of years ago in 2019.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, okay. Yeah.
I really liked it because it gave so much more like lore behind it. It was set like a bit after the crystal had cracked, so it was Thra, the planet was still really in good nick. It would look lovely. And there was all the different factions of Gelfling. There were hundreds of them, and they did it all in the way of in puppeteering and stuff. They've used very little CGI, and Simon Pegg was the voice of the Chamberlain in that one, and he was absolutely cracking at it. It was great. I loved it. So I was really keen for a second series, and then they were like, "No, you don't get to learn anymore."
So is it based on books? I'm gonna assume it's books, or is this just like original stuff?
Brian Froud and Jim Henson just decided to come up with some shit, and Jim Henson was like, "All right, I want you to make the Dark Chrysalis," and Brian Froud was like, "Chrysalis? I thought you said crystal." No joke. This is what he did, and the Jim Henson was like, "Cool, I like your style, kid." Brian Froud worked for 5 years on this shit as well. And then they made some
movie,
just the character design.
Oh, I thought like it was because I read that it took 5 years, but I assumed that was the movie and everything, script and
That was just Brian Froud.
Bruh.
And
okay.
Oh my god, I've seen documentaries and it's so good. Did you know Brian Froud's son was one of the babies in Labyrinth?
Oh.
So there you go. And now he goes on and he does character design and puppeteering and stuff like his dad. I love it.
That's cool.
So then they made some comics out of all of the lore and stuff, and then
yeah, because I read somewhere that because when I was reading a review, someone was like, "Oh, the Dark Crystal is very lore heavy," and I'm like, okay, I must be missing something because it must be based on a book, or they must have done comics, or they must have done other stuff to flesh out
this is like
the universe.
This is like just everything's quite lore heavy if you sit and think about something.
Not really. What, in general?
Just in general. Like, oh my god, this hairbrush is so lore heavy. And it turns out it's just the history of hairbrush.
Oh my god. I mean, yeah, when you put it like that, kind of. Because even just like this inanimate object can have a lot, like, where did it come from? The materials, where was it sourced? She's got COVID brain, so I can kind of understand what she's saying. But
yeah. So Jim Henson and his daughter got stuck in a snowstorm, and then they just that's when they came up with a bunch of shit for it. So basically, again, it was just boredom. They were just hashing things out.
I mean, that's how most good things probably come about. Just a couple of people who are bored and they want to get creative, get their creative juices flowing. Yeah. And alas, the Dark Crystal was born.
So, Jen and Kira go back to Kira's little village where she was raised by podlings. And they have like a fucking knees up in the pub. And the puppeteering is so good on some of those little podlings. I love it. And he's like, "What's thank you?" And he says, "Oh." She's like, "Oh, it's vol-au-vents."
What's vol-au-vents? I don't.
Vol-au-vents. Have you never had a vol-au-vent?
No.
They are little pastry puffs filled with nice, tasty things, and you have them as a starter, an hors d'oeuvre.
Oh, created by Marie Antoinette Carême. Okay. So it's a French
anyway,
thing.
Yeah, that's what I wrote down. But actually, the podlings' language, I think it's just the podlings, but all the languages used are like Serbian, Croatian, like a mix of European languages.
Is it?
Well.
Oh my god.
So fucking cool. Like,
yeah. Because Jen was like, "How do you say thank you?" when he was talking to Kira.
Yeah, and I just heard vol-au-vents. But then the Garthim show up and shit all over everything again. And they
do.
Just steal a load of podlings.
They're a bunch of bastards. They just the little poglings are having such a nice time. They're drinking and they're making music and they're celebrating. And then these stupid Mirelurks just come barging through and they start kidnapping. I was like, They were kind of just like scooping them up, and I'm like, are they just trying to gather up a bunch of things that they think could be the Gelflings?
You kind of learn, don't you? You learn what
But
they're doing.
that was, yeah, it wasn't the case, because we find out that they were just. I mean, they were draining their life source, but I don't remember why they were doing that.
It's basically to make them young again.
What, the chickens?
Yeah, the chickens they wanted to be kept young and to live longer.
Oh yeah, because at the end they were like, "Oh, we can live forever now," and I was like, "What the? Okay," but they look like shit, you know?
Yeah,
like,
well, they have been alive for 1,000 years. You'd look like shit too.
Oh, so true, bestie.
So true. I mean, they tried their best. They've done themselves up all nice.
Yeah.
And did you see that? Like they stabbed. So the mystics are on their way to the castle as well because they were like they heard the crystal's burglar alarm going off too. So they set off, and so they're on the way. I love that shot of the mystics going across the hill. It was like, yay!
Yeah, it reminds me of the opening to, I want to say Dark Souls 3. You know those like weird, I don't remember their names, but they remind me of them. They're making some kind of voyage somewhere. But yeah, that's what that reminded me of. I was like, where the hell are they going? But I assumed in the end that they were gonna eventually end up where Jen was.
Yeah, I'm the best person to ask about Dark Souls. It's true. I played the Dark Soul so many times.
Have you not played Dark Souls?
No, I haven't.
Not even one?
Never. I played
not a single Souls game.
Kingsfield, which was the precursor.
Wasn't the precursor Demon Souls?
Yeah, before that.
Really? Oh my god.
It's a PlayStation game, and it's fucking brutal. I got really angry at it. Told it off.
Oh, that sounds like a Souls game. Yep.
Yeah. It was so hard. So the Chamberlain stops the Garthim from taking Kira and Jen anyway, and they run away.
Yeah.
And they find a wall full of scrawlings of prophecy saying Jen's gonna save the bloody world.
Yeah, which again I have like such a problem with because it's like you said, there's two of them, and she pretty much physically and metaphorically carries him.
Yes, because girls have wings.
He's like, "What? You've got wings?" And she's like, "Yeah, you're a stinky boy. You don't have wings."
You don't have shit. I love it. He's useless, isn't he?
He pretty much is. He's quite like just confused and like, oh, what am I doing? And oh, what do I do next? But I read that apparently this was intended for kids, if you can believe it.
Yeah, this is a kids film.
This is a kids film.
He works as like a decent exposition carrier. He's just like a little vehicle for us to learn about what the fuck's going on, I guess.
He is, yeah. And also I think Jim Henson was like, he wanted the main character to kind of be a bit like clueless to make sure that any kids watching could also follow along, so it wasn't, too complicated. So
yes,
yeah.
What the fuck am I on about now? Oh, she calls the Landstriders. What did you think of the Landstriders?
Oh, the ones on stilts.
Yeah, scary as fuck.
Right.
Again.
Yeah, horrifying.
Could see that they are men in them.
Yeah, I said, God, that was so creepy. Because she says, "Don't be afraid." I'm like, bitch, have you seen these monstrosities? They're horrifying. And then I think I stopped here to like do a bit of research, and then it said apparently, this was marketed towards kids. I was like, how? How was this marketed towards kids?
They were meant to be land spiders, and they were meant to have 6 legs, involving 2 actors.
No. That like I could put up with the 4.
Yeah, but
But-
like a lot of the acting in this, like of the Garthim and the Landstriders, it reminds me of like a theatre production of like guys in just
Stilts.
here's your outfit. You're a circus performer. Go have fun.
Yeah. Have a good time, son. It reminds me of what's that film that I hated?
Oh, you're gonna have to narrow it down, G.
The one that you and Simon really like.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
hated with a passion.
You're gonna have to narrow it down, G.
The really gruesome one where the dad gets abducted.
The dad gets abducted, and it's gruesome.
The Greatest Showman. Not The Greatest Showman.
Just name any of the films that I like.
Extra. Yes. Yeah, that horrible creature from Extra reminded me of the Landsliders.
But
it
it's
said
Landstriders, but I like you just making up. I like you making up your own names for them. It just keeps things interesting, you know.
I don't think I've called aside from like the Gelflings maybe, but every character and every race in this movie I've given a different name.
It's fine. That's what you. I love that. You know, this is imagination at work. You don't need to pay attention to anything.
Well, here's the thing, Booth. I was paying attention.
This is G trying really hard. And her ADHD brain is, what if Pogling? What if Landslider? Anyway, the Landstriders die because they decide to charge headlong and save the Podlings, and they were just like, yeah, well, we'll just sacrifice these 2 fucking Landstriders to the Garthim then, I guess.
Yeah.
Bullshit.
I know.
Bullshit.
Really fucked up.
Just leave the Podlings. They're not doing anything.
Also, when the thing that I found hilarious was that Kira was like, "Oh, these guys, the Poglings, are like my family. They took me in, they adopted me." And then when the Mylex attacked the tavern or whatever, she just completely abandoned them.
Yeah.
And just let the Mylex go to fucking town.
Like, shit. She was throwing them in like behind it, like,
yeah,
just going, get out of my way, you fucking shits, you potatoes.
Yeah, she was pretty much trying to protect Jen. I'm like, what the fuck? These people raised you.
You just met Jen, and you're sacrificing your entire family for this boy. Oh, I get it now. Yeah, it's me throwing O's under a bus to go and chat up some lad.
Oh my god. Oh, fuck.
This is when we learn that Kira can fly because of pretty privilege. I wrote down. And then they climb up a sewage pipe into the castle.
Pretty privilege.
He stabs the Chamberlain's hand with the crystal, and the mystic hands also bleed. So you learn that they sort of have their own. They have their counterparts, don't they?
Well, yeah. So I was gonna ask you to explain that. So when the chickens got cut, then the monks also bled. So they're
the same. So that when the crystal shattered, they split into 2. Right? And that's why at the end they become these horrible fucking scary things, which is basically the Urskeks. So you've got the Skeksis and the Uru, and the alien guys are called the Urskeks, and they came down with this fucking crystal. I forget why it broke in the first place. I think they were just being arseholes about it.
It was the conjunction. The conjunction,
they were playing like like baseball in the house, and they shouldn't have done, and they broke the crystal, which meant that they split into 2 races.
Oh, because the only thing I remember about the race part was that the Gelflings got wiped out.
The
And
Garthim, the Mirelurks sucked all of the Gelflings, and there was none left. And partially because the prophecy said that they would kill the Skeksis, and partially because they are like oil of Olay on steroids. They're like steroids.
Okay.
I could do with one. I need this. I need this.
Also, wasn't there... I might be thinking of... It might be the Dark Crystal, but what thing was Warwick Davis in that was like 80s fantasy that also made it to Netflix? Was it the Dark Crystal or was it something else?
He was in Willow.
Willow!
Where he's a little person. Fucking love Willow. Put it on the list. Willow's good.
Yeah, put it on your list.
I'm putting it on my list. He was in The Leprechaun. He was in Star Wars. He was in... What else was he in? He's just so fucking good. Anything where you need a short person.
Did they do something with... Did they do like a reboot or something?
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't
thought I was...
watch that.
Yeah, I thought I was like imagining things, but
he came. Did he? He fell into Simon's washing up once, and Simon pulled the plug on that.
Oh my god!
Do you remember that?
I've seen the interview. Not all of it. I've seen snippets.
It was on that was on YogPod. Because I used to listen to YogPod on my fucking commute. Because I'm a sad bitch. So Kira gets taken hostage because Chamberlain.
Hold on. Before you mention that, don't overlook how Jen gets almost decimated. Did you see how hard the planks of wood hit his head?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Like, you don't survive that. You don't. Like, it wasn't just, it kind of crumbled around him. That shit hit him in the head?
He basically, like, that's why Chamberlain was like, I fucking killed him. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd be convinced too. Like, he ain't coming back from that.
But Fizzgig was really sad, and that made me really sad. Oh, Fizzgig.
Fizzgig was so cute.
Oh, Fizzgig. And then they kidnapped Kira, and they were like, oh, we should drain her. And then they're all like, the other half are like, no, we should kill her. And then the Emperor's like, first we drain, then we kill. And I'm like, that is why you are the fucking Emperor. You have got the brains, my friend.
He was born for it.
Yeah. And Fizzgig can't move all the rocks and he's looking all sad. But then Jen gets out somehow. I don't know. Like,
I don't know how.
And
I'm not taking this he's the chosen one bullshit, okay?
I just think that he's got a really thick skull.
Maybe. He's pretty dense, so.
You know, the scientist whose name is Skektek, that's the only one I fucking remember. He pulls the lever to move the reflector into place to drain Kira's life essence, right?
Wait, he's a scientist?
He is the scientist.
Oh my.
Scientist. And I'm fairly sure I saw an artificial hip as the lever, and I can't like, there was nothing written about it, but I'm fairly fucking sure that I saw that they used an artificial hip as a lever, which is so good.
I'm gonna have to look this up. Is this when they're
what Kira's getting drained?
Oh yeah. I kind of like that the scene where they like drain them, because it's just they look so like messed up after they've been like their life source has been drained from them.
It's so clever, the fact that they actually put that. The rest of the movie, Kira looks like fucking shit.
she looks terrible. I'm like, did she always look like this? And I was like,
Yeah.
no, it has to be the crystal thing.
She had a little bit taken out of her. I think I might have had that done, to be fair.
Yeah.
I feel like I look like that's what I look like. I look like a gelfling that's had half of her essence drained out of her at the moment. Kira got the buccal fat removal surgery, says Dan Map. I totally agree. She's gone. She was on that Ozempic diet. She needs help. But it's fine because Jen wakes up out of his fucking rock tomb and says, fight him, And then Augra, upon learning Kira's name, says that now is the time to go, oh, actually, Kira, you should release all the animals. Because I didn't fucking care before. Kira, because Augra was in jail there for some reason.
Yeah. But also, again, just proving once again why Kira is better. Alright, and this isn't like, hashtag wokeism or whatever, women are better than men. She can talk to animals.
Fucking woke.
So woke. She can literally, communicate and call on animals, and she can fly. What the fuck can Jen do?
Jen can survive a rock slide. Amazing.
You keep discovering, she can do more and more things, and
she's bilingual. She can speak 2 languages.
Yeah,
she's
amazing.
Multiple,
I guess if we're going off of the multiple European accents.
Exactly. So fucking that's great. Good for her. Good for her.
Good for her. Good for Kira.
So she releases all the animals in the scientist's room, and they knock the scientist into the fucking pit of lava, which is there for some unknown reason. I don't know. I have no idea. And Jen's fighting the Garthim. They knock a hole in the side of that pit. Jen climbs up that as well. Which is okay.
Oh, the pit where the crystal's overhanging, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I remember that. And they kicked the dog down. I was like, what the hell, man? You can't do that.
They kicked the dog.
They kicked the dog.
You can't kick the dog. Jesus Christ.
They kicked Fizzkick, dude. So sad. But he survives, so it's okay.
Yeah. It's okay. That's the thing. He's hanging on to the reflector. And Augra saves him. For the first... She's done something. She's she holds out a pitchfork and says, come on, you little shit. Get on.
You're coming with me.
You're coming with me. Jen climbs up this. He finds the crystal. Just as the 3 sons are going to meet. But, Jen drops the fucking shard. He's useless. He's literally the worst.
Yep. I remember that. And I was like, yep. And once again, more incompetence from Jen.
Kira saves the fucking day by flying down, grabbing it, and then sacrificing herself so he can take all the glory.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
I put hashtag justice for Kira.
Yes.
She gets stabbed as well. I was like, okay, all right, okay.
And then Jen is just they're all just looking at her dying.
Yep.
The Skeksis aren't doing anything. Jen's not doing anything. It's just do something.
Just watching her die. Yeah, no problem. This is fine.
But then he finally fixes it. Amazing. He puts his shard into the hole. Wink, wink. And that means that it's just as the mystics arrive as well. So they start sucking up all that good crystal stuff and drawing the Skeksis into their counterparts and becoming this really horrible, scary fucking alien. Sorry.
I was just gonna say they're horrible looking. Like
They are
they're-
fucking scary as shit.
Yeah.
Oh my god,
So
it's
why?
the backlighting, I think. It's something like that.
Yeah. So I know that they they split when the crystal cracked and whatnot, but why did the monks go so far away? You know, wherever the hell they were, where Jen was at the beginning, and then the Skeksis were where the
they
crystal
got to
was.
hang out. I think
Yeah.
in the TV series or whatever, in the lore, whatever, it just says that the mystics wanted to just chill out and go and make sand pictures and live a beautiful life, and the Skeksis wanted to rule everything, and they fought them off, I think.
Right. Okay.
I'm not sure, but yeah, that's the castle. All the mud falls off the castle, and it's a beautiful shiny thing. It's all lovely. It's all radiant, isn't it?
It does look really amazing at the end, I will say. Like,
some beautiful stuff.
yeah. But Kira was still dead at that point. I'm like, oh, surely they're gonna bring her back. They have to. They have to bring her
It'd be
back.
fucking hilarious if they didn't. I'm sorry.
Oh my god. I mean, I respect it in some ways, but also it's kind of like it's fucked up because she again.
Thank you for saving the world. Goodbye.
Goodbye. It was quite the sacrifice, you know, if she did die in the end. But alas, well, you know, I mean, she survived, and I guess they end up living happily ever after, and can make gelfling babies.
Yeah, I guess even though like it, yeah, I guess they have to if they want to save their.
Well, they have to.
You've got to.
Repopulate, right? Because
That's the rules.
That's the rules. We don't. I mean, unless she's like a selfish millennial and she doesn't want to have.
To be fair though,
kids.
I wouldn't want to have kids with Jen either. He's useless. Like he's not gonna get up at 3 a.m. for a feeding.
No, he's not. But again, she's just gonna have to do everything.
Yeah.
As we saw the entire movie.
Yep. But and that's the end of it. Like they're like, my planet needs me, and off they go. So they did come from a different planet. I sat and I read so much fucking lore in 2019 because I was so interested. It became my special interest, I think, for a bit. There was like a bunch of these godlike things that made Thra. I don't fucking remember. And they were dicking around, and they were just dicking around. That was all the. This could all have been avoided if they hadn't dicked around so much.
Wait. What could have been avoided? The crystal cracking?
Yeah, they could have. They could have stopped the whole genocide of Gelfling.
Yeah, so I guess the way that people die in this like universe or whatever, they just sort of disappear. So one day all the Gelflings just disappeared. But how the hell did Jen and Kira survive? Or how are they?
Well, when the Garthim were kicking off and shit, they were babies. They were babies. So when their particular little villages got ransacked, the Mystic found Jen, and the Podlings found Kira and looked after them. So they were just small bubbers.
Right, I thought they disappeared. I didn't realize that they got slaughtered.
They actually got sucked. I'm gonna go through just one point here that I wrote down right at the end of my notes. The Gourmand was voiced by Thick Wilson.
What?
There's somebody called Thick Wilson. He's an actor known for Tommy Boy, The Dark Crystal, and The Dirty Dozen. Thick Wilson.
Why is his name is legit Thick Wilson?
His mother bore him, and she was like, "This kid's got a Thick Wilson."
So he's literally Thick Wilson was born on the 13th of February 1929 in Canada.
He's a real man.
Why would you call your kid Thick?
I don't know. I don't know whether that's his real name, but I'd like to think that it is.
Oh, man.
Melissa Whitmere played Kira's right hand, and Wendy Midler played Jen's right hand. Wow.
Oh, I was like, wait a minute. What do you mean right hand? Right,
no,
the
literally
puppet.
right hand. Yeah.
Yeah, the puppet.
You forgot that they weren't real things, didn't you?
You
You got so into it.
I was really immersed. It was very convincing. I kept thinking of, I mean, obviously, Star Wars and stuff, but sometimes they reminded me of Glop Shido a little bit, the way they looked.
Hell yes, Glopshito. Love you.
Shout out to my boy Glop
Shout out to my boy Glopshito.
The way that they looked and stuff, just I mean, obviously he's a puppet, but I don't know if they puppet him or if he's some sort of mechanical puppet. You know what I mean? If it's different in that.
He's a real man.
He's a real man.
He's a real man.
He's a real boy.
I want to be a real boy.
Glop Shido is Baby Yoda, but I love calling him Glop Shido.
Glop Shido. Fucking incredible.
I think moving forward with YOMP, so usually we would do interesting trivia, but Booth came up with this really cool idea that whoever's film it is, I guess, we're gonna do true or false trivia. So, we'll try and find trivia and we'll have to
Did you
guess
read much trivia?
I think I read one or two, but then I was like, wait, stop, don't, because I wasn't sure if you wanted to do it in the live episode, so...
I'm going to ask you a question, right?
Okay.
I don't know whether you've read this. Do you know how big the budget was? This is testing your knowledge.
Well, that was my one thing that I was responsible for in YOMP, so yes.
Yeah? How big was the budget?
It was 14 million or 15
million?
million?
15 mil. And how much did it make?
So it made 44 million.
Fucking great, isn't it?
Yeah, that's
incredible.
amazing. Really good.
Let me see if I can find okay. True or false? Jen, the Gelfling, it was originally supposed to be green.
Okay.
Is that true or false?
Yeah, true.
False. He was originally supposed to be blue. In homage to the Hindu god Rama.
Why? Why the Hindu god?
I have no fucking idea.
That is... Okay, sure. Okay.
Okay.
I'm sure they've got their reasons.
True or false? The scientist's mechanical eye was made using a Star Wars TIE fighter cockpit.
Yes?
Yes.
True?
True.
That sounds believable. Oh my god, that's awesome.
Just jammed it in his head. They just jammed it in there.
Well, the fact that you said that the lever was a hip.
Yeah.
Was
the
a
artificial hip. Yeah.
Yeah, so I
pretty
believe
sure.
that.
Pretty sure it was.
Oh, that's brilliant.
Take a guess at how many tons of rubber was used on this film.
Rubber?
Yeah.
Wait, why? Why rubber? What, for the puppets?
Yeah. How much rubber do you think they used?
I don't know. That's a hard one. Chat, any guesses?
Any guesses from chat? A lot.
Yeah, it has to be a lot, because obviously there's a lot of the poglings, there's the gelflings, there's the chickens.
Melsa says 60 tons. I'm going to see what else is 60 tons. Put this in... What weighs
Put this into perspective.
60 tons? What weighs 60 tons? All right, a whale...
Oh! What?
A whale weighs 60 tons. a bowhead whale. A North Pacific right whale. What the fuck is a right whale? Is that like a right wing whale?
Yeah, Tory whale.
Tory whale? Amazing.
A right whale is...
A sperm whale weighs 62 tons. But no, they
Oh.
didn't actually use that much. They used 9 tons of rubber.
Okay, so what would be
What
9
weighs
tons?
9 tons? Let's see.
Yeah.
It's probably something like a fucking bus. 9 tons. Things that weigh 9 tons. Semi-trucks. Saltosaurus. I don't know what a fucking Saltosaurus is. The Big Ben bell.
Oh, okay.
A bell.
Okay.
So a bell. Oh my god, there's a great picture of a mountain gorilla though. They only weigh 0.25 tons, but my god, they look great.
That's
Yeah,
a lot.
that was brilliant. True or false? The Skeksis creatures were later reused in a film.
Yes, true.
Yeah.
That has to be true. Yeah, they love reusing stuff in Hollywood because, you know, waste not, want not, I guess, but...
They used it in an episode of Farscape, apparently.
Farscape.
Yeah. Because I'm trying to find a picture of it, but I fucking cannot. Oh, I can, yeah.
Well, type in Farscape Skeksis, I guess.
Out of Their Minds. It was the episode of Farscape that they used the Skeksis puppets.
Oh, yeah! There's a screenshot! And
That's
it's
cool, isn't it?
Yeah, oh my god. That's really cool. But it's like just the skeleton, I guess, without the, you know, the extra added bits and features. That's really cool. Yeah, so like where would they put this stuff? That's amazing. If you think about all the movies that have ever been made, and you think about all of the props that they make, like the gelflings and stuff, like where do they go? To a farm?
Where do they go? They go to a farm upstate. They're really happy.
Did they put them in the salt mines?
They flushed them down the toilet.
They go to heaven.
They go to heaven.
Oh no. Oh, that's really cool though.
It's very cool. There's some
Yeah.
pretty fucking cool trivia in there. Like even the shit. I'm trying to scroll down. There's so much. Oh my god.
I know. That's what I would always struggle with the trivia for YOMP because there's so much and it's like a lot of it is really interesting. So how do you narrow it down? You know?
It's damn. But loads of people thought it was going to be a flop, so they didn't want to pay any money for it. Like until Jim Henson was like, "I'll buy the company and then I'll fund it."
What had Jim Henson done before the Dark Crystal?
Oh, nothing. He was just a nobody.
Oh, I see. But I
he
mean,
did the Muppets.
Slay! He did the Muppets?
Yeah, he's the man that did the Muppets. He was Kermit the Frog.
No. Is she
Yeah.
gaslighting me?
I'm not actually gaslighting you this time.
Did you not know that? Oh, no, I
He
didn't.
did Sesame Street. He did the Muppets. Literally, like, he is the man in puppeteering. I love G. I missed this so fucking much. Holy shit.
She said he's a nobody and I believed it.
I know.
The way she says things is so convincing. I'm like, she's telling me the truth. She has to be. Biff would never lie to me.
I would never lie to you.
Oh, get it. It's Pizza Hut. Oh, I can't believe it. Wait, so he puppeteered...
He was Jen, but he also puppeteered like Kermit and a bunch of Sesame Street and all that.
Very
and
cool.
Frank Oz, who did Aughra, was also what's his face? Miss Piggy.
No! What, Frank Oz was Miss Piggy? Holy shit.
And like, I can see on G's face that she doesn't believe me on that one.
Wait,
Genuinely.
I had to think about it. I was like,
genuine. Right. True or false?
oh god.
Fizzgig only exists because Miss Piggy had a dog. And Frank Oz said Kira should have a dog too.
True? That sounds true.
Yeah, Frank Oz was like, I want Fizzgig to be a thing. I wanted to have a dog.
That's just like, you know, the Jim Henson, Frank Oz cinematic universe, you know?
Yeah.
It just means that Sesame Street and the Dark Crystal share the same universe.
Well, here's another. I'm going to just say this is a fact because I cannot be asked anymore.
Okay. You're
So
doing great, honey.
They were supposed to discover a race of underground gelflings in this film.
Sorry,
but
the
they
Muppets.
just-
Not
yeah.
sorry. Well, Sesame Street. He also
It's the
did stuff on
Muppets.
Sesame
Yeah,
Street. As
it's
well,
all the
so.
same. They were supposed to find a race of underground gelflings, but that was scrapped. But anyway, that idea went on to become Fraggle Rock. I don't know whether you've heard of Fraggle Rock.
It sounds familiar, but
Yeah, because it sounds like a place in Australia, but it isn't.
it literally does sound like a place
I
in
know.
Australia. Yeah,
A
I
lot of the-
recognize Fraggle Rock.
Yeah. So Fraggle Rock is basically the idea that there was underground gelflings.
I looked up Fraggle Rock and the description says I hate this. The fertile imagination of Jim Henson spawned this colorful puppet program. Did you have to say fertile?
Jim
Was that
Henson
necessary?
jizzed out this idea. They
That's
came
terrible.
about because of some sperms that looked like the gelfling. Jizz Henson. Oh, you fucking...
No. Crying and shaking.
If you put your dick in a Muppet, this is what happens.
Stop. Oh no. Oh my god.
I think that's fucking good. Oh, we should do we want to do the thing where it make a good video game or not?
Yeah. Yeah, we can do that quickly. Hold on. Was there a video game?
There was for the Age of Resistance.
Oh, wait, what? They made one for the Netflix show?
They made a game for the Netflix show. I don't remember whether there was
It's
a game
tactics.
for. Yeah. So I was completely disinterested.
I mean, honestly, fair. Was there an original? I think there was an original. Or is this just some... No, there is.
Is there? I'm sounding a bit like a fucking Skexis now.
There's a video.
There's a video for it.
Oh wow. The graphics are they're something. They're
Oh, hell
definitely
yeah.
something.
It was a graphic text adventure.
Oh my god.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Wow.
Holy fucking
It's-
shit.
It looks like hieroglyphs, but in the worst way possible.
Oh my god.
Wow, I'm impressed at how bad it is. It must have just been like a no start, like really terrible, didn't really go anywhere type of game.
Yeah. I'm just gonna paste the bit where I'm. maybe
Oh,
TJ
you can
What?
play it.
You can
I
play
think
it.
I'm pretty look, wait, it says Dark Crystal play?
Oh shit!
Oh wait, this is different.
I'm looking
This
at.
is Oh, it's a text adventure. What are they called?
a graphic text adventure. Yeah.
Yeah, it says what do you want to do? Look or follow?
Hate your whimpering.
Oh, this is really cool. But this is different to the thing that Booth and I'm
gonna
found.
upload a picture on so that I can show chat New
Yeah.
post.
Yeah, this is
I
what
don't
I
want
found.
to fucking.
She doesn't want to fucking.
I don't want to whitelist your ad blocker. Leave me alone. Fine.
Sierra Gamers was the original.
Mm.
So and it came out in 1983, so a year after the release, I think, right?
Right.
And they made another one called Gelfling Adventure.
I
Interesting.
I want Gelfling Adventure. Oh, that one looks better. The one that G's looking at is I mean, it's updated. I don't know whether that's a.
That must be
it's
like a fan.
We invite you to play our recreation of the Dark Crystal computer game. So I was showing you pictures of the original, which is why it looks like fucking dog shit.
Yeah, that's what I initially found, and then I found this, and you can, you know.
Listen, I whitelisted Imager, and it still won't let me. You know what? Get fucked. I don't care.
She's done. She's done.
I'm
She's
done.
checking out. You've done so well. You've been such a brave boy today.
Thank you so much. Well, listen, here's the thing. I would do anything for G-Star Games. I would sit at my computer and talk shit while I have COVID.
I hope it's like distracted you a little bit, because I know
It has.
been feeling very poorly.
I'm gonna go back to bed. I'm gonna lay in bed. I left Candace watching Mythbusters. I'm gonna go watch Candace Reek. I've actually been binging all of the Final Destination movies.
Oh my god, how are you?
I'm there
They
cheering.
can't
going,
be any.
Yes, get him, Jeff.
They can't be any good. I think I've maybe seen one of them, but you
They
know,
are incredible. Like, wow.
yeah.
I wonder if
Wait, we didn't give our final rating.
Oh, I forgot to actually give it a rating. Oh no,
Yeah.
I did do it on Letterboxd.
Letterboxd. Yeah.
You know, it's a belter of a film, though, right? In my opinion. But I'm really interested to hear what your final opinions are.
I like it. It's not like my type of film. I don't love puppetry. Like, it's cool, and I think when it's
G-Star
done
Games,
well,
I don't love puppets.
Hashtag I don't love puppets.
like puppets.
It was really well done, in all fairness, and like really convincing and looked really professional, and I think they've did like a really good job. The story is pretty good. Nothing like supremely groundbreaking, but for the 80s, probably way ahead of its time. So
Yeah.
there's a lot to really like about this film, I think. I think it is a really good film. So I'm bordering on like 6 to 7.
Fantastic, actually. That's really
Yeah.
good. Because I do understand why it can be off-putting for some people. And
Yeah.
like there's a bit of an uncanny valleyness in it. It is very dark and scary and shit.
I like those parts about it for sure. Like I love weird shit. I love when it's done right and it's not just weird and like creepy and awful for the sake of it. I think there was a lot of intention behind a lot of the things that they decided to go with. So yeah, really good. I liked it. There were some bits that were really good. Some bits I was like, but yeah.
Yeah.
If I had to give a final score, I'll go with 6.5 because it's between 6 and 7.
Yeah, that's really good. Hey, I'm glad about that. Way. I gave it an 8 out of 10. I think it's great. I mean it's because even though it's a very straightforward story, right? But it's the rest of the stuff around it that feels so magic.
For the 80s, though, like, would you agree with that sentiment? Like,
I don't know.
Because we've seen, there's a lot of media out now that we think, like, oh, that's why I said for the time, it's pretty cool and pretty like out there. So probably for the time, I think the story might have been ahead of its time.
I think a lot of the lore, which is weird because in Age of Resistance there is a massive creature made out of rocks called Lore. He's a beautiful
That's so
man.
cool. So would you recommend to, I know they've obviously not, they're not going to do another one, but would you recommend to people to watch the show?
I would recommend, and I recommend that the people persevere past the first fucking episode, because it's one of those things that they do drag it out, but it's still got all the puppeteering and stuff, and it's still got all the cute little. There's a bath time with the podlings. They have to basically there's a princess and she's really fucking uptight, Princess Gelfling, and she gets told off and they make her go and bathe all the fucking dirty little podling babies. Stupid bastards. Yeah, it was I mean I'm big into puppets. She hates puppets. I love puppets.
I don't know. I think I'm just trying to think of like other things that have had like puppetry in it, which for the life of me I just can't remember.
Did you like Labyrinth?
Never seen it.
Okay, it is on my list, isn't it? So
it is.
We might get there.
It is. Yeah.
She's never seen the Muppets. She doesn't know about Muppets.
No, no, sis. No, of course I know. I know the Muppets. Team America, yeah, that's puppets. That's weird and awful humor, but like definitely a product of its time. What's Neverending Story?
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Was that puppets? It had some puppets. I mean, there was a big dragon thing, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Also, that did actually end. So I went and got my money back from the cinema. I thought you said this was a never-ending story.
Never-ending story.
I can't sing, but superb. Anyway, Dark Crystal, big fan. I'll take pictures of all of my stupid shit.
Please do. And maybe if you guys are good, and if Biff wants, she can post some of them when this episode goes live on the Patreon.
I will.
Yeah.
I'll model my Dark Crystal jumpers. I'll get my fizz. I was actually going to sell my fizz gig bag because it looks like shit.
Oh.
Yeah. But I've been so happy to make such a glorious comeback to YOMP.
Yeah, it's, unfortunate that you had to be sick for it. And it's like kind of weird because it's a live episode, so it's the same formula, but a little weird because obviously there's a chat, so we're kind of distracted in some aspects, but all great nevertheless. But we will be back to recording. The frequency of episodes won't be as much.
Yeah, because, we're lazy. We've got other shit to do.
Well, we have other things to do, and also I just think we release the episodes way too frequently. So I think maybe twice a month is the sweet spot. It'll give people a chance to actually watch the films in a reasonable amount of time and, look forward to an episode.
It means that we can do more of the bonus episodes in between. Because, trying to cram in bonus episodes.
Yeah,
like trying to jam a crystal into a crystal and Jen's dropping it all over the fucking place.
Unheard of. But yeah, it was a lot, and we love doing it. But even if we love doing it, you can still get burnout, and I will be the first to admit that I got burnout, quite heavily having to do the episodes and also like the Patreon exclusive episodes as well, on top of all the other stuff that we do outside of YOMP. So.
Yeah, I don't do anything and I was still struggling.
Yes, you do. You do soft focus and everything else.
Oh, I do. Plug.
Plug.
But also, we hope that Simon will make a return. It's not like that. It's not just going to be us two forever. Because I was saying to somebody on the subreddit that, you know, that they weren't quite sure how they'd like it without Simon, and I was like, that's fair enough, because when
Did somebody say that?
Yeah, when someone is your favorite part of something, you know, that can't be helped and stuff.
Yeah.
And I hope that you'll enjoy it in a different sort of way. You know, it's fair enough, and especially when it's some people find that I mean, Simon's great. I love Simon. I love everything that Simon does, so I totally understand it. And it's just a different sort of format for a bit, innit?
It is, yeah. Like we said, we hope he decides whenever to come back. I obviously would love to have him back, as well as Booth, but we don't want to pressure him. We don't want any pressure on him to feel like he has to come back or anything like that. But me and Booth, and I'm sure Simon as well, we love doing YOMP.
Oh, Simon does love doing it.
Oh yeah, I think he just needs a time off, a break, you know, reset,
totally.
and that's power to him.
You know, he's not. He's absolutely fine, by the way. Like, you don't need to keep worrying about our lovely boy. He's still around and stuff. We still talk to him all the time.
We do. Some people just need a break, you know, and I can understand that.
He's the only member of YOMP without wings, so therefore, and he's also quite useless. He keeps dropping things when we're trying to save the world. So,
but we will bring it back for you guys.
Yeah,
and I'm very happy to be back. I am
too.
I love YOMP so much. I get really bored of projects very easily, and YOMP is not one of them.
It's amazing. She puts up with me, and I'm thrilled.
I love you, Biff.
I love you. And I came out of I came off my deathbed because I was laying in bed thinking, oh, I could get a microphone in the bed. Oh no,
you could have. Yeah,
but it would have sounded like shit. No. It would have been way more effort to try and get this set up into my bedroom.
It would have been. I hope you're just like almost at a 180 angle on your chair.
I'm at some sort of angle. I'm not sure what the angle is. I don't have a protractor, but I am gonna estimate that the angle is probably around 360 degrees and walk away. Bye. Okay.
All right, we will let you go because I'm sure you are very much at your end of the rope. So
there's no more rope.
There's no more rope. We thank you. Oh no! We thank you so much for tuning in and welcoming YOMP back. Episodes will resume releasing. Probably
whenever
weeks.
Yeah.
Just probably a few weeks, but we will obviously keep you guys posted. To those of you on the podcast platforms, again, thank you for your patience, and we're happy to be back. But we will catch you guys.
Just a quick shout out, right? Because we are doing this live because it's Pickaxe week, and it's been a bloody good one so far. And tomorrow we've got Hatcher, Chance Encounters, and High Rollers. So please, if those are just three of the many Pickaxe
It's
podcasts.
been a good week. Yeah, it's been a really good week.
And
so make sure you're checking out the schedule.
Yeah, but also you can listen to those like anytime. The 0 Degrees was yesterday. Triforce was earlier. Comfort Zone. And if you like, what's that program that Beth keeps telling me to? Doctor Who. There's a review of Death, which is a Doctor Who podcast.
Oh my goodness.
So thank you, Pickaxe, for putting all this together. It's really fun. Okay, cool. It's been wonderful. Thank you so much, G-Star. Thank you so much, listeners.
Thank you.
Catch you next time, you beauty lot.
Catch you next time. Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye. Bye.